I'm here with St Ives manager Ricky Marheineke. An absolutely brilliant performance once again. Since the last time I spoke to you, we haven't been on a great run, but 6-0 can't really go wrong.
Yeah, I think we have been on a difficult run of results, but the games that we've played during that period, Telford away, Leamington away, Stourbridge away on a Tuesday night, Hitchin at home, they're all teams that are in and around the playoffs. So it's really important that during that period, after such a good run, to then have an indifferent run of results or a poor run of results, that we just made sure that the next game's the most important. You're one game away from going on another run. So we were at it today. We were at it. We were brilliant, and thought we thoroughly deserved the win. And everyone that watched the game, I think if it weren't for some indifferent finishing and some good goalkeeping, that could quite easily have been double figures. The stats, I think they only had 11 entries into our final third, the whole 90 minutes. We had over 60, over 20 shots on goal. So yeah, it's just brilliant, really important game, really important game, just because of points, league position, the run that we've been on, New Year's Day, trying to stop the rut. Everything was really important today. And with such a young group, that can go one or two ways. You can crumble under the pressure, or you can rise to the occasion, and they definitely rose to the occasion.
I think, you're talking about young players. Miles Cowling today, absolutely brilliant performance, running the centre of the pitch.
Yeah. Benji Mensah at right back, incredible, incredible. Miles, but Dan Barton and Brandon and Johnny, the front three were on fire as well. So look, I think it was just an all-round good performance. We've got to be careful that we don't become a team that's really good at home and plays really well at home when the pitch is nice and we can move it around and trust our touch, trust our pass, trust our dribble. And then when we go away from home and the pitches are not quite as nice and it's a bit cut up and a bit bobbly and a bit wet, that we don't perform to the levels that we do at home. And certainly those players that were mentioned there could fall into that category. So that's something that we're trying to get out of the players, to still have that bravery to try and play the way that we play today, because it's unfortunate for Kettering, because I think any team, if we had played any team today and performed at the levels we did, there wouldn't have been many that could have stopped us. So it's just unfortunate it was Kettering on the end of it, and we just enjoy it, recover, be ready for a really difficult game away at Stamford.
Absolutely. And again, you were speaking about Njoku and Johnny Edwards. An incredible performance from them once again.
Yeah. I think obviously Saturday was tough without Johnny, and Brandon had to play up there with Chris, and the relationship is obviously not as good as what it is with Johnny. But for them two, it's just about going back. And when you start scoring goals and you have that partnership, sometimes it can become competitive on who scores the goals and wanting to score the goals. And today we just said it's about the team. So making sure that if someone's in a better position than you, if Johnny finds himself assisting for Brandon, or Brandon finds himself assisting for Johnny, that's just as good as scoring. And it was about trying to get that relationship, play them closer together, get their link play like it was 3-4 weeks ago. And today it was. They were brilliant. The link. Brandon's play with his back to goal was the best I've seen it for a number of weeks, and he was a constant threat. Johnny was physical, and the ball stuck, and he was flicking things, helping things on. His distribution, the ball was good. And Bart's probably in the second half 15 times got in and around behind their back four and got to good positions to cross the ball. So look, when them front three are on song, and then you've got it being backed up with Milo and Rico, and your two wider players with Benji and Aaron, there's not many teams that when we're on it and play like that could have stopped us today.
And just a quick word on Eddie Breary, an incredible save in the first half. He really looks back to himself now. Like I was saying a few weeks ago, sometimes at the start of the season he looks a little bit shaky, but he's a solid player, great goalkeeper.
I don't know if he did look shaky, but he at the start of the season obviously had an injury, so he hadn't played for a while. I think he was out injured for a bit, and then weren't sure whether he was going to get back to start the season. He has got better, and that just goes to show how important your goalkeeper is, because everyone's looking at the result. There's me stood here saying could have been 10-0, could have been 12-0, but in actual fact, if you don't make that save at 0-0 and that one goes in and you go one behind, the game goes in a complete different different directions. So yeah, he's just a tremendous young kid. Brilliant prospect, brilliant goalkeeper, and like I said, we're really lucky to have him here, and hopefully, you know, I think he's got till the end of this month on loan, but hopefully we'll be able to get that extended for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and absolutely a great player. Now let's look forward to the next match. How's everything looking for that?
Yeah, good. I think Aaron Smith come back today. Obviously, he's been away. He come back in and was and got through 75 minutes and no issues. Michael Richards will be suspended, which is why it was important that we got Ed Hotter through some minutes today. But he is naturally fit anyway. And yeah, I feel that Josh Tomlinson coming back in the side. There's no coincidence. I don't think that Josh has been missing the last 4 games, and we haven't managed to win. He come on Saturday at half time when we were 1-0 down, 3-0 down, and we won the second half 1-0. We've won the pitch today. We've won. So he's continued his winning streak while starting and playing games for us. So hopefully he'll be okay, and look, we'll just prepare. I don't think there's no injuries, no concerns, nobody away. So we will have apart from Michael Richards, a full quarter of players to select from.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.